Okay, right. Uh, Very good evening, guys. Can you all let me know if you all can hear me and see a screen? Yes, can see a screen. Yeah, right. Perfect. So today, guys, I wanted to take the first 15 minutes to give you all a small plan and a small idea on what you all can do for the next 6 months and how you all can, easily get that A. Okay. So we'll allocate the first 15 to 20 minutes for that purpose, and then we'll get into the MCQs, and hopefully I will finish all the unit 2 and 3 MCQs today. So then coming into this part is, so if you take the subject English medium, or if you take economics as a subject as a whole, around 50% of the students who do econ end up with a simple pass, right, with a S, or they fail. So that means only 50% of them end up getting A, B's, and a C. The other 50% of students either get a S or they fail. So that's a lot of students that we are looking at. So if you look at the English medium, you have around at least 5,000-6,000 students. So you're looking at around 3,000 students who are either failing or just passing with a S. So looking at why, right? So I also did a little bit of research finding why do people fail, or why do people just score the bare minimum mark for a subject that is quite simple, right? I don't think something like economics is something that is too complex, not at all. It's a subject that is very simple. We've done a few past papers now. You all also would have seen definitely a student can do way more than just the basic passing with a simple, let's say 35 or a 40. So the reasons why students mess up is a lot of people, they give up halfway down the line. So what happens is the ones who are rich, the ones who have money, they might, waste the first year, the second year, the last moment, they'll have individual classes, do something, they would cover. But not all of us are rich, not all of us can afford to have an individual class. So even let's say 6 months or 1 year before A levels, when you try to start studying in your tuition class, they have finished most of the lessons. In your school, they have finished most of the lessons. So now it's very hard for you to come back on track. So unless there is like an individual class, if you can afford it, great. Otherwise, things go bad. So that is one of the main reasons why students give up on the subject. So any of y'all over here who have already kind of given up, you're trying your level best to catch up, but in school, in class and everything, they've gone way ahead. You feel like it's a little too late now. Anyone like that? You were not very focused during the first year of A levels, but then, you know, second year of A levels, you wanted to make a comeback, but you feel like, now classes also, they've finished a lot of lessons. In school also, they've finished a lot of lessons. I don't have the money to afford a private class. So, so I'm going to settle for a C or a S. Okay, so there are so many people like that, guys. Okay. So maybe those people are not even in this class, because the ones who are in this class are the people who are actually coming to class and trying to do something. But if you look at it, there are around 6,000 people writing it in English medium, and 50% of them are either failing or just passing with a simple pass. And the main reason that I told you is, even though they want to come back, even though they want to make a comeback and study hard during the last few months, they don't have a proper platform to do that. So that is what I have kind of created, and that I want to spread the message across as well. So if any of y'all are in that situation, or if you know friends in that situation, y'all can make use of this. So the last 2022 A level batch, there were more than 200 students who actually purchased these recordings and stuff and caught up the entire syllabus. So I just want to spread the message to your batch as well. So because it definitely benefited the 2022 people, even the 2021 A level students. So maybe if any of y'all are in that situation, y'all can do that. So what I have done is, I've already kind of communicated this to y'all, but I'm kind of officially launching this out. So I have a platform where all my theory class recordings and tunes can be purchased. So for those who come to my theory class, this might not be relevant for you all because you all would already have the tunes and the recordings. So this is mainly for those who are a little lost, and they can't afford a private class, guys. Because if you look at an individual class, I'll tell you at least per class, minimum, if you are looking at an individual class, the teacher would charge, I don't know, let's say minimum, I would say 1,000. Anyone who is going to a individual class, can you give me a rate? How much do they charge for a normal 2-hour class? It's like an individual, or you know, a friend who is going to one. What's the rate these days? I have no idea. I remember when I was doing A levels, I had friends going for individual classes. Per class was priced at 3,000. I don't know if the amount has changed now, or how is it now. Okay, some are saying 2,000, some are saying 3,000. Okay, so that is the kind of rate that they would charge. Now for those who are rich, obviously yes, you can afford it. Go to an individual class, get it clarified one-on-one, perfect. But while paying 3,000 for one class for 2 hours, there is nothing much that you can cover. You can't cover one entire unit in 2 hours. No. So if you are to cover one entire unit, it would at least take you, let's say, 3 to 4 classes minimum. So 3 to 4 classes means to cover one unit in an individual class, you would at least spend around 6,000 to 8,000. That's the lowest, right? Depending on whatever the class fee and all of that is. Sadly, all of us can't afford that, right? We don't have the money to spend on such individual classes. But does that mean that we have to give up on A levels and we can't make a comeback and score that A and get into island rank? No, right? So for that purpose, what I have done is all my theory class recordings, which I have done for the past 2 years, is systematically recorded and put onto my website. So this is available for purchase for any student who wishes to catch up any unit. So you can purchase the recording plus the tute relevant to that unit as well. So I'll share this PDF with you all as well with all the details. So how does this tute and recordings work, guys? Okay, so this recordings is mainly for the 2023 A-level students. Okay, I've not promoted it for the 2024 people because they already have enough time for them to catch up. You all are the ones who have around 6 months to go. So this is mainly for you all. So if you take one unit would have around 10 to 20 hours of recording. So that is a very detailed explanation of the unit. So 10 to 20 hours means, let's say if it is broken down into 2-hour sessions, so we are looking at least 5 to 10 sessions covering that unit. That means every single thing, every small thing of that unit, very much in detail is covered. So it's not like a quick recap in 1 hour, summarizing the unit. No. So it's a very detailed thing of around 10 to 20 hours per unit. And also what would happen is the recordings will be given through our website. So I have my own website. It will be given through my website. You will get a username and a password, which you can log in and watch. So you can log into the website using your username password. You can watch the recording, and the recordings, guys, can be watched any amount of times, right? There is no restriction. It will not expire in 1 day or 2 days or 1 month, nothing like that. You can watch it any amount of times until you do A levels. The day that you do your A level econ paper, the 2023 A level econ paper, we don't know when that is for now. The day that you do that and finish, that day the recordings will be taken off. So until that day, you can watch one recording. You can even watch 100 times. Not going to be a problem at all. So what does that mean? That means you can learn the units on your own pace. So there are certain students who have purchased, let's say I remember the grade 12 set of recordings and who finished the entire thing in 1 month. So grade 12 is one entire year. 1 year's worth of stuff, they finished it in 1 month. Then there are some students who took their own time. Some students, they are not very fast picking. They take some time. So they watch one recording a day, half a recording a day. They take around 3-4 months and they finish it in their pace. So that option is available because that is up to you. So you can decide, are you going to watch it slowly? Are you going to finish everything at once, right? You can get that option according to your own pace and your learning style. So then also what will happen is you can watch the recordings through a phone, a laptop, maybe a tab, whatever device, but we will recommend to only use two devices and watch it at one location. So even though your recordings can be watched unlimited times, your account can't be shared with anyone else, guys, because if your account is accessed using, let's say, 5 6 devices, let's say in different locations, we can track using your IP address. So then what happens is that means you have shared your password and username with someone else. Then your account can get blocked. If your account gets blocked, there is no way of recovering it. So make sure that as long as you have your username and password, you can use two devices, ideally a phone and a laptop, right? So whatever the two devices that you use in the same location. Don't watch in 100 different locations, but based on whether it's in school, low, home, that's okay. But if it's accessed in different locations, then your account can get blocked. And in addition to that, it's not just the recordings. The printed tudes will also be couriered to your doorstep. You'll have to pay the courier charge and collect it. So that way, you have a tude with you. You have the entire set of recordings with you, which you can study on your own level. Now, for example, let's say you have missed unit number 5. National income accounting is a unit that you don't understand much. In school also you didn't understand. In the class also you didn't understand. So what you can do is you can purchase the recording and tude of that unit, and in your own pace, you can watch it, fill the tude, do the questions in the tude, right? Learn the theory that is there in the tude, and you can cover it up on your own pace. So if you look at this part, I'm not going to talk about why and all of that. How to place the order, I'll talk about later. So this is how the units are priced at, guys. Why I wanted you all to come to the class today is because there is a special discount for those who come to class, right? So usually what I do is per unit is given at 1,800. So 1,800 I feel is a very reasonable figure. So if you take one unit, it has around, at least I would say, 5 to 10 sessions. Sometimes there are units with more than 10 sessions also. So we are looking at around at least 10 to 25 hours of recordings per unit. Now, if you are learning that in an individual class, there is no way that you can cover it up at that amount. And also individual classes, very unlikely that you would get a high quality tude printed and given to you. So here, the tude will be printed and sent, right? The tudes for all the units are available. Unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 is together. I have combined it into one unit. So ideally, there is 12 tudes available, which a student, if you feel that you have missed that unit in school, have no way of covering it up, and if you can't afford an individual class, I'm telling you, if you can go to individual class, please go, guys, because that is one-on-one. That is way more interactive than watching a recording. Because these are recordings, guys. These are recordings of my theory class, very in detailed explained. So one session will be around 2 hours. One unit will have around, at least around average, I will tell, around 6 sessions. That means one unit average will have around 12 hours of recordings. That means in detail it explained, right? So if you can afford an individual class, please do that, guys, right? I will tell you that is a more interactive way of learning. If you have a teacher right next to you, sitting next to you and teaching that unit, that is more affordable. That is not affordable, that is more, but it will go into your head maybe a little bit more, given that the teacher is a good teacher. But that is a little expensive, right? Because per class, at least they would charge you minimum 2,000. So if you're going to learn one unit, 6 classes means at least you're going to pay 12,000 to learn one unit. If you can afford, fine. If not, I'm telling you, this is a very viable option. And if you take the last batch, there were more than 200 students who purchased. So some people purchased the entire syllabus, some people purchased one unit, some people purchased, let's say, the only grade 12 or grade 13, right? So depending on the units that they have missed, the units that they have not covered, they were able to get those covered. So that is the individual unit, right? You can buy any 3 units for 4,500. if you're buying only 1 unit, it's 1,008. There is a small discount if you buy any 3 units, that is a 4,500 then. And also guys, what you can do is, instead, now let's say you have missed the entire syllabus, you don't know anything now, okay? So then what you can do is, there is a more cheaper option than that also. You can buy the entire grade 12 pack. So the entire grade 12 pack covers unit number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the usual price is 10,800. There is a discount going on. You can get it for a 7,000. So this has approximately 50 sessions. That is, if one session is 2 hours approximately, we're looking at around 100 hours of recordings. So remember guys, this is not something that you can finish in a day or two, okay? So even if you watch, let's say, 3 hours a day, that will take you around 1 month to finish, you know? Because look, we are talking about the entire grade 12 syllabus. Don't think of this as a very small thing like where you can watch in 1-2 hours and finish. It's nothing like that. So you get a big book, right? So the grade 12 pack, this is a book of around 250 pages of all the 6 units, the notes. It's a 250-page book along with 100 hours of recordings where you can cover the entire grade 12 syllabus. The same thing we have for grade 13. So grade 13 will cover units 7 to 12. That also has approximately around 40 sessions, because I would have gone a little bit more faster than in grade 12, and around 80 hours there. That covers unit number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So these are the prices. If you have not learned anything at all, you can buy both grade 12 and 13 for a 13,000. So this is your entire 2 years of work with complete set of notes and around 180 hours of recordings. That is what you will be learning for 2 entire years in a normal class. So if you have been doing nothing in the last 2 years, you have 6 months to go for A levels. Now, this is not something that you can buy 1 month before A levels and cover. It's a little hard. Unless you watch, let's say, 10 hours a day, then it's possible. But it's not something you can buy 1 month before A levels and do it. So I'm telling it this to you all now, because you all have around 6 months to go. And if there is anyone who has already given up, right, you say that, no, I can't really get this, you can do it through these recordings and the tutor. And as a policy, guys, this is something that I always tell my students. I don't come from a very rich background. So one thing that I really understand is how hard my parents would have spent on my class fees and on my education. So if any of you all have purchased any of these units, and at the end, if you feel that you wasted your money on it, if you feel that, you know, in vain, I didn't learn anything from this, it was a waste of my money, you can drop me a text. I will give you a full refund. I will not ask you questions. I will not ask you, you know, why did you do this? Why did you do that? No, right? I will give you a full refund if you feel that you wasted your money. Because like I said, I also come from a very basic middle class family. I understand how hard my parents would have gone through to pay my class fees and all of it. So the last thing that I would do is waste someone else's money, your money, maybe your hardly collected money or your parents' money. I will not waste that at all. So that guarantee I would give you. So you will never ever waste your money on me. That's a promise, right? So far I have given a refund to, I think, 1 or 2 students from the entire 200, 300 people who would have purchased all the years, right? So I don't know why, but not that I have not given any refund at all. They are the only people who asked from me. So I have given them a refund. So most of the reasons why they got a refund is they decided to do A levels this year, but then after purchasing, they thought they will do it next year. You know, that kind of things. Okay. So those things are there. Apart from that, I'm not going to talk about the other material and all. There is this PDF, which I will share it on your group. So mainly, I think most of y'all are okay and y'all are on track. The maybe who can really make use of it is all the fellows who are on the group but who don't attend classes, because those people I feel have already kind of missed the thing. They already feel that this is too fast. They already feel that, you know, time has gone. They have no way of recovering. So if you all have any friend, right, maybe your best friend, maybe your friend from childhood who is struggling with the subject, right? Who is struggling with the subject, they could do that and cover it up. Okay, I'm telling you this, guys, and I'll tell you, it's not a big profit making thing for me. Okay, now you will wonder, this fellow is trying to promote something, he's making so much of a profit. That if I actually tell you about my cost, I spend $200 a month to upload these recordings onto the website. That is my server cost, right? So you can't just upload, no, guys. This is not on YouTube, no. So the server cost is $200 a month. You multiply that with the dollar rate, you would get that amount. In addition to that, I have a person who maintains the website, right? Who properly maintains the website. All my recordings has to be properly uploaded. No, I don't do that. No. So I have a guy who I have hired for that. Then I have my admin who does the basic stuff. I pay her also salaries. So at least per month to maintain this whole recording system and everything, I spend at least 100,000. So, and in addition to this, printing tutes and couriering it also is not that cheap. So I print tutes with a proper quality. All the tutes are matte laminated, right? I actually restocked all my tutes. So I printed 20 tutes of each unit so that I can use it for the entire next few these things. So what does that mean? Usually when you purchase, within 24 hours, you will get the recording. Within 3-4 days, 3-4 working days, you will get the tutes delivered to your doorstep. Okay, so sometimes there are delays because I don't have tutes with me, but now I have printed. I spent around 200,000 printing tutes. That's a different story. So I have a huge box of tutes which I have printed and got. So anyone who places the order, we will dispatch it then and there. So I don't make a big profit out of this. It's mainly made, right? It's mainly made for you all to catch up and get things covered. Grade 13, no guys, this is grade 13. All the 6 chapters is 7,000. So per unit is 1,800, right? Per unit is 1,800. So if you're buying everything together, there is a discount. You can buy it for 7,000. It's not one unit 7,000, right? Because one unit 7,000 is way too much, right? So we don't charge crazy amounts. Yes, that is 64,000 for the website, the server cost. So that's how expensive things are, guys, right? So it's simply a basic system made for you all to somehow cover up and catch things if you all are interested. So only thing that I want you all to have in mind, right, is the last quote that I have here. Who told you it was too late? It's not too late. Remember, if you really, really want to get this exam done, you always can get it done. And always remember, guys, the amount that you spend on your education, think of it as an investment. Because maybe if you spend now, in the future, come on, guys, in the future, recovering this 1,800 or 7,000 is absolutely nothing for you. Just think, maybe if you can spend this and get into a local university, instead of a private university where you will spend, let's say, around 2 million to do your degree, you can get it entirely free at a local university. So it's an investment that you're making at this moment in order to do well in the future, maybe save more in the future, and you can easily recover that. So always think about the future aspect as well. Okay, because I understand. And again, guys, when it comes to spending, some of you all think that it's too much of money and all. But what you don't realize is when you go out to eat, when you travel, when you buy clothes, you spend way more than this on all of that. For all those who now, I think everyone had a New Year and a Eid festival, no? Right? Apart from, I think, the Christians who would have not celebrated anything. I'm pretty sure you all would have spent more than around 5,000-6,000, at least 7,000 on the clothes that you bought, right? I think you would have bought at least 2-3 clothes would have costed you more than 7,000, right? You guys, if you bought a denim, how much is a denim now? At least minimum 5,000, 4,000, 5,000, right? You buy a denim and a t-shirt, that's a 7,000 there. Okay, so compare that with this. I think it's a very good deal for you all to somehow cover this. I do have this for econ, guys. I don't know if there is any other teacher who has it for accounts or business studies or any other subject. If they do, let me know. I will tell you all that as well. So then you all can cover those subjects also. But for econ, there is a way to cover the entire syllabus. So any questions on this? Anything that you all have? There's the I'll share a flyer on the group with the discount. So since it's the introduction phase, I will be reducing the price a little bit more, but only until the 30th of April. These are the normal prices that has been put here, right? I might reduce the prices a little bit more until 30th of April. So students get to know this platform and they will make use of it. Okay. What about the link to the website? All of that will be given, guys. Once you pay and register, we will give you a username and a password and the link to the website. So just having the link, you can't do anything. So you will get the link and then you will get a username and a password, which you can log into the website. Okay. What about the link? That's it. Okay. Right. So that is basically it with the recordings and all of that. I'm hoping that all of you all who has no way of covering the syllabus will make use of it and somehow get it done. Even with latest with 1 month to go to A levels, also you can still purchase, but then you need to have in mind the amount of hours that you will have to put in. But again, you can watch the recordings, you can fast forward it and watch, you can skip easy parts, you can watch it at 1.5 times speed. All of those options are also there. But I'm talking about the normal number of hours that you will be spending on this. So that is basically it. There's one more thing that I would want to convey, but I will officially convey this later. That is the fast track program that I will be starting from May onwards. So from May onwards, we will be starting a fast track program. Yes, guys, these are the theory tudes. So if you are a theory student, don't purchase, right? Okay. So we'll be starting a fast track program from May onwards for the next 6 months. So in that, what we will be doing is we'll be recapping the entire syllabus again, and mainly the focus is on papers, where we will be doing papers that are way harder than the A-level paper, not past papers, because past papers we are doing today on Mondays. So we'll not be doing past papers, that is separated done on Mondays. What we will be doing is we will be doing the most difficult papers, and on each unit you will have a study plan which you will get each day what you have to do for the next 6 months. And that fast track program is designed for you to get that 90-95 level where you can get that island ranks. So I'll give you all more details about that probably when I start that in May. My plan is to start it in the second week of May. So in the fast track program, there'll be 12 classes a month. It's a paid program, guys. 12 classes a month. That means 3 classes a week, and it's going to be a fully intense program. So no matter which other class you go to, if you are a part of this, you can definitely get to the 90-95 levels. Will your exam get postponed? Most likely it will not happen in August, though. Very likely it might get pushed around 3-4 months. Okay, so that is basically it with all the questions and everything that I had. So I'm ending this recording here. I'll upload this separately on YouTube as well. So if anyone wants to get an idea, they can watch. Yeah, so that is it. We'll start on the past papers.